Hello, guys. I am Shane Davis, 20-year comic book veteran. I'm here with Yanzi, and today is the day we are talking more about decimated American comics as it's 2023. And there is a thing again, another event that's going to happen following last year's event of Pride a year. We're going to start up by celebrating Pride Month. But before we get into it, please look down below, hit like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications as we do cover pop culture, movies, video games, whatever, comics mainly. So here we go. The return of X-Men's gimmick in Marvel Voices Pride 2023. You guys may remember this character from a cosplay X-Men book that nobody cared about, but hey, they have representation on their side, so they're gonna hang back around. Now, what's interesting about this Marvel Voices thing that I really want to get into? Well, there's a lot interesting, especially with Gwenpool, but there's an interesting thing here. Marvel had a reaction to DC showing slivers of stories for their Pride special. So then Marvel felt compelled to do the same thing. And why I'm kind of fixated on that is basically it's one company chasing another. And now Marvel and DC normally push one another in things in the market, whether trends or competitive sales or even fighting for the same talent. But right now they're fighting for the virtue signal. And one it's interesting because if one's doing it, the other one has to match it or do greater than, or they're the phobic company. And none of this has anything to do with sales. None of this has anything to do with demand or interest in these type of projects. But they're still doing the same thing. They're chasing each other's shadow here, and it's interesting to me that normally when it happened, it's always got to do with money or being more competitive in the direct market. None of this has anything to do with the direct market. This has to do with directly looking the most virtuous. So
So I'm looking at the material here, and it's just like it looks kind of lackluster. Now, has anyone talked about how insulting this is? It's like when they do the Black History Month, or when they do the Asian American and Pacific Islander Month, and then the Hispanic Heritage Month, and now the Pride Month thing. They just find, oh, you guys all have this checkbox, so we're gonna lump you all together, regardless of your backgrounds or whatsoever. But you just have this surface characteristics that we all should, I guess, think that's the most defining part of your personality. Maybe, I don't know.
well, there's this trend that's happening and with the community, but it's a term being thrown around more and more, and it's like I want to be seen. So like the reality is being maybe you're a gay creator, but Marvel only chooses to hire you 1 month a year, and it's when they can try to monetize your demographic. Marvel's been doing it with their voices line across multiple months, and it's kind of infuriating and insulting in a way because quite frankly I'm of this of the mindset that a comic creator's identity really doesn't have a lot to do with the page. I'm going to stick to this argument in a way, right? So somebody says, oh well, no, Shane, it's very important that the creator that draws this gay character happens to be gay, or this writer that writes this gay character happens to be gay. Okay, but what about every other character that's on the page? There's background characters, supporting cast. What if one of the supporting cast is Asian? What if the one of the supporting cast is Black? What if they're heterosexual? Do you pull somebody in to write those characters that represent them exactly? Or do you pull an artist in to draw those other characters and all the panels they're in? Or wait, there's a dog in the panel. Oh shit, we better get a dog to write that dog. We need a sensitivity reader. We need Fido to tell us if we hit all the right marks with this. You see, this argument starts to come undone really quick. And it's funny looking at these pages, you'll notice how did they get a gay chicken to write that gay chicken there?
Well, it's a fried chicken, so who knows what its orientation is. All right, guys, this is what I want to point out, though. So for the longest time, people are like, oh, Gwenpool, wouldn't it be great if she's part of the LGBTQIA community? Well, it looks like, dear readers, Marvel has decided to indulge us and reveal to us what Gwenpool's orientation is. So here she is, obviously attending a pride parade and wearing a jacket. So any sharp-eyed reader here can see that those are actually flags over here. So let's see what those flags are exactly. Oh, she's aromantic and asexual.
Oh.
Okay, wait.
What does that even mean?
Well, that means that she's basically not interested in any relationships or any sexual relationships, i.e., I'm happy by myself. I do not need no man, no woman, no whatever. So wait, that makes you part of the LGBTQIA community now, I guess? That's how they're defining it now? Like, what?
Well, it's an ever-growing community. Let's first remember that. This is always changing and growing, the community, and a new flag is added almost weekly. So keep up with it, guys. So here's the thing, like, how would one get a job like this? Do you just go and up to Marvel and submit your portfolio and say, I'm asexual? Yours at 1 month, guys. You want to hire me? And then there's the concept that you can basically change at any given moment. Like, so then do you go up to Marvel and like in Black History Month and say, I identify as an African American, please hire me? Like,
Wow.
yeah, no, I mean, that's very ballsy, but I'm not saying that somebody wouldn't do that. Just this whole thing, it's very weird. I'm kind of curious. I know DC's putting out like a kind of coffee table book about just celebrating all their gay characters in one encyclopedia and stuff like that. I'm curious about the market of this stuff. I really am, because I don't know if the market really exists or if the virtue signal is just that strong. And now it's easy for a company talking about working in publishing and stuff to take a loss for a one shot like this. I know a lot of people don't see that. It's very simple because you're not investing into a whole series of books. Again, this is Pride Month #1 for 2023, 2024, Pride Month #1 again. So like now, if they were doing a committed series of Marvel Pride Voices and it was like a 12-issue maxi series or something like that, then that takes a lot of, that's a lot of investment by the company. As virtuous as this looks to some people, like the outsiders and stuff, Marvel's really not putting a lot behind this. They are taking risk with characters like Gwenpool, but even with the flags that they put on her, it's very low risk. They're not saying that she couldn't end up dating like a boy one day or a girl one day. I mean, this character could just change her mind one day when they find the right person. So I kind of wonder if Marvel's starting to pull back on some of this and where that's going to be for them in the future. And again, like to watch these two companies chase each other about this and try to make sure that one is matching the other so they're not phobic is laughable in a weird way, because none of this, again, like I said at the beginning of the video, has anything to do with sales or a demand for this type of stuff or anything like that.
Maybe they just want to be seen as, hey, you know what? Don't worry, we are not so far behind. After all, if DC has some Pride stuff, we too have some Pride stuff. I think that's just all it boils down to. They want to look competitive, but at the same time, they want to be like, I mean, obviously, this artwork didn't just manifest out of nowhere. So they've been preparing it for some time. They're just waiting for DC to show their hand and they can say, oh, look at us. We too are very supportive of the LGBTQIA plus community.
Right. I will give it to DC. I think they outdid Marvel last year with their Pride event where every DC character became bisexual. But I don't know. It's still early on in the year. We'll see what Marvel does. If they one up, maybe they'll one up DC on that. We don't know. But I do want to let people know Axcend Remastered sign up is live on our website, 9livescomics.com. The description is down below. If you guys will, please go sign up for that. It's free to sign up. We'll probably give you some free stuff like a trading card, maybe a discount, something like that if you're signed up. So if it's something you think you will be interested in, please go check it out and get on the newsletter. And we will catch you guys again with another video. Take care.